YouTube, what is up? It is the anonymous sneakerhead, the most mysterious sneaker YouTuber in the game. Back with another video for you guys today, man. And in today's video, I have another episode of Sneaker Talk for you guys today, man. And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about one thing and one thing only. But before we get into that, man, if you are new here, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the channel, join the anonymous sneakerhead family. Turn on your notification bell so you know that I'm posting a new video. Also, make sure that you go ahead and smash that like button, man. It really helps with the algorithms. Helps bring more people to the channel, which could potentially help people hit that subscribe button, man. And then last but not least, go ahead, follow the Instagram at Anonymous Sneakerhead. You get a lot of information up there first. Now, let's get into this episode of Sneaker Talk, man. This is something I didn't want to make this video. I didn't feel like I needed to make this video, but just seeing how things are unfolding, I definitely want to talk about it. And that is Warren Lotas. Now, just saying that name, those of you hardcore sneakerheads, those of you that are into the sneaker community, know what's going on right now, know why that name is significant right now. Warren Lotas is a designer, and he's been he started off making clothes or whatever. He was doing jerseys and redesigning jerseys. There's one that comes to mind that was really dope, like a zombie, whatever, demon raptors theme or whatever. It was really cool. But now, recently, he's been doing sneakers, and sneakers that particularly look like Nike Dunks, Nike SBs, and he's been putting, instead of the swoosh, making what looks very similar to a swoosh, but using his Warren Lotas logo on it. So, and he's made the Heineken dunk. He's made, he did a bunch. There's a bunch of different dunks. I'll put an image of him on the screen, but I know he did the Heinekens, and I know he did the pigeons. And the pigeons are the one I want to talk about, right? A lot of people are saying, and some people in the sneaker community that I really like. I really like some of you, man. But a lot of people are giving this guy a lot of crap, giving him a hard time. But people forget, man, this is the doorway to innovation in the sneaker community, right? People forget not that long ago when Bape started essentially the exact same way into the sneaker game with the Bapesta that was just a knockoff. And it's not even a knockoff because it was high quality shoes. And Warren Lotas sneakers, from what I hear, the material on them are actually better than anything that Nike uses. But Bapesta started it with the Air Force One. Or Bape started it, I should say. They started it with the Bapesta, which was their version of the Air Force One. And then you got people like Kanye to co-sign and a bunch of other people co-signing. And they made an endless amount of colorways. And then they also teamed up with, I forgot what the guy's name, but they made the menthol one. The one that was pretty much throwing a jab at the tobacco industry. And that shoe also, they got sued over it. The production got stopped. All of that, and now that shoe is worth however many thousands of dollars. It's one of the most sought after shoes in the sneaker game. The box on them is dope as well. But I think people are so quick to forget how much, especially you hype beasts, you quote hype beasts, how much hype just 10-15 years ago you were giving to Bape. And now look at what Bape has been able to do since then. They've been able to now partner with Adidas and release so many collaborations with Adidas, right? That's exactly what Warren Lotas is doing, right? And he's also showing Nike pretty much the dark side of themselves, right? How Nike likes to make shoes exclusive to a certain amount, and then once they release them, they don't release them again. For example, the pigeons, right? I would have bought, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, I would have bought and purchased the Warren Lotas pigeon if it wasn't discontinued, right? And the way that Warren Lotas did it on his Instagram, now I actually missed the day, so I wouldn't have had my pair, and I forgot what the retail price was, but he was like, look, it's open for this amount of time. Anybody that wants a pair could get a pair, fill out the registration for it, and then you place your order, and I'll make however many pairs and the sizes I need to make and ship them out to you guys. So that way, literally, if the entire earth, if the 7 billion people in the earth went to Warren Lotas and said, I want one of those, he would have made 7 billion pairs and shipped them out so everybody in the world could have had pairs. He did the same thing with the Heineken Dunks, which have also been canceled. Now, recently on his Instagram, he showed a version of, or two versions of what he now has to make because of the lawsuit with Nike. And don't get me wrong, I love Nike. Most of my shoes are Nike. I'm wearing a Nike hoodie, right? But Nike could do better as far as people in the sneaker community talk about, oh, well, why don't they just make enough shoes for everybody? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? And me personally, if you're truly a sneakerhead, I'm on board, right? They should make enough shoes for everybody. How rare a shoe is doesn't necessarily make me like or dislike a shoe more, just based on rarity and popularity and how hype it is and how hard to get. I like shoes because of how they look, right? Just off the top of my head, like the Bloodline Jordan 1 was a shoe when it came out. Not a lot of people liked. To me, it was one of my favorite Jordan 1s I've ever seen made, right? And is that a super expensive shoe? No. Well, it is now resale because people slept on it, but it is what it is. Going back to Nike Dunks, I've always been a big Nike Dunk fan. There was a time where they were low. There's a time now where they're high. I was able to go back to get one of my all-time grails, the brown paper bag dunk, for like a little over $100, right? And even Reebok Kamikaze 2s. My single favorite sneaker silhouette, regardless of brand, is the Reebok Kamikaze 2. I have a bunch of those. Don't care about price. Don't care about resale value. Don't care about none of that. There's a difference between sneakerheads, hypebeasts, and resellers. Resellers and hypebeasts care about resale value. Sneakerheads just like sneakers, to me anyways, just like sneakers for what they are, for the stories they tell, for the details in the sneaker, comfort, whatever it is. And Warren Lotas sneakers, to me, don't look bad. And the reason why I would have went ahead and got the Pigeon, the main reason why I would have went ahead and got the Warren Lotas Pigeon is because Jeff Staple actually co-founded, actually collabed with him on that sneaker. Jeff Staple co-signed the release of the Warren Lotas Pigeon. Now, just because Warren Lotas' name isn't Jeff Staples, or his name isn't Phil Knight, or his name isn't Virgil Abloh, or his name isn't Sakai, right? You guys aren't going to buy his shoe. But if Jeff Staple just released the Pigeon by itself without a swoosh, or just a line there instead of the swoosh, you guys would have ate it up. Nike wouldn't have sued. Everything would have been fine. Oh, it's the best shoe ever. Resale would have been $50,000 off rip because it's a shoe designed by Jeff Staple. But because the lead on the shoe was Warren Lotas, the hype community, the reseller community, the so-called sneaker purist. If you're really a sneaker purist, you should be for innovation. You should be for new designers, people wanting to build a new brand. Warren Lotas is one of them. LeVar Ball is another one. Regardless of how you may feel of him, LeVar Ball is a person that has his own sneaker brand, and people are putting him down for starting his own thing because it's not what it used to be, because it's not Nike, because it's not Adidas, because it's not Under Armour, right? At one point, there was no Nike. And then Phil Knight and Bill Bowerman came and made Nike.
If you guys have read Phil Knight's book, Shoe Dog, you would know that this is literally exactly how the Nike brand started. They took the Onitsuka Tiger and put their Nike logo on it, and then they called it the Nike Cortez.
At one point, there was no Adidas. At one point, there was no Under Armour. Every great brand has to start somewhere. I think this is a great opportunity for Warren Lotas, man. I doubt Warren Lotas will ever see this video, but if you are watching this, man, I absolutely love what you do. I'm very upset. I'm sorry what happened with your Pigeon and your Heineken Dunks, and I'm sure other ones as well, man. I would have loved to have had a pair, and hopefully there is an option to get the blank slates for people who didn't already have reservations in for the Pigeons or for the Heinekens. I think he did some Freddy Kruegers as well, but hopefully there's an opportunity for me to get some more Warren Lotas sneakers. Maybe that I really like the blank slate that he did, but that's how I feel about that, man. Just a quick little rant. I think you guys are giving yourself too much credit. Like I said, Bape did the exact same thing 10-15 years ago, and you guys forgot about it, and now people are going back and buying Bapesters for $5,000, $4,000, and I think if anybody can get their hands on any pair of Warren Lotas sneakers in the year 2030, those things are going to be worth the world. Warren Lotas, keep doing what you're doing. Sneaker community, chill out. Real sneakerheads, stand up. Let me know how you feel about this. Hype beasts, I already know how you feel. Resellers, I already know how you feel. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I am the Anonymous Sneakerhead. If you are new here, make sure that you go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, join the channel, join the Anonymous Sneakerhead family. Also, make sure that you go ahead and smash that like button. You made it this far. You were entertained. So definitely do that. It really, really helps with the algorithms, helps with the spread of the videos, and subsequently the spread and growth of the channel. And then last but not least, follow the Instagram at Anonymous Sneakerhead. You get a lot of information up there first. But that is it for this video, you guys. I am the most mysterious sneaker YouTuber in the game. And as always, it's all about the sneakers.